Hello, everyone. I recall exactly a year ago at this very time, I was still living with my father and I was walking around from around, say, 8 p.m. all the way to maybe around 10 a.m. The day was January, the night of January 31st, and the morning of February the 1st. And I remember this time very well, as it was the time that I had first discovered the music of Mr. Jerry Samuels, or Napoleon the 14th, as most would probably remember him. I remember this well. It was really late, and I didn't have much lights on in the house, so I was just walking around in the dimly lit room, and I was listening to most of his songs. I didn't listen to all of them, but I listened to the majority of them. And I remember I believe it was like genius.com or something, where you can like look at all the lyrics and such. I was looking there and I saw the lyrics to many of the songs, and I had also seen a good little bit about some of them, and it was quite an experience. The thing about Mr. Napoleon, I would say he is an artist, if you understand. Some of his songs were so strange, yet appealing to me in a strange way, I'd say. It was quite interesting to hear. And it is now the exact same time next year, which is this year now. I like to do little things like this. I like to remember when I did something on a certain part of a year and then do it again the same time next year. I remember the next day I had decided that I was going to start just talking on recordings, because I had always been doing something such as this, and I had made maybe the first one or two. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to have an archive of random things that I can upload. And well, I remember about the second one, I was living with my father at the time, and I was hiding like in the laundry room, because him and I don't always get along, and I ain't the most comfortablest over there, which is partially one of the reasons why I moved with my mother now. And apparently I must not be that comfortable, because even now no one knows I'm doing this, and I'm still standing in the corner of the living room in the middle of the night. But that's neither here nor there, that's a choice of my own. I'm much happier here. However, I still remember on that day when I was recording it, I wasn't the greatest. And while I am much happier, I'm still not in the most greatest right now. But I'm soon finally going to get the help I've needed for so long. And so, I'd like to urge anyone who's listening, if ever you feel as though you might break, if you have any troubles, don't be afraid to go get help. I cannot wait to finally get the help I've needed. I've been having a very rough time as of late. But that is okay, because I know, deep down, I just have to wait. Eventually things will get better. And so if anyone's going through troubles, I wish you the best of luck. I cannot wait to see what the future holds. I've dreamt of doing this for so long. Ever since I was a child, I liked to play games and stuff and just pretend I was being watched. I liked to pretend I was doing a show of sorts. Though I might not be able to put as much excitement in my voice right now as I would like to, due to the fact that I am trying to keep my voice down as to not wake anyone up. I cannot wait for a time when I can really fully commit to this, when I can afford the things I need to make a good official show of sorts. When I can afford editing software, when I can afford a good PC, when I can afford a good microphone headset and such. Everything that would be required. A good camera as opposed to using my phone. But until then, I'll just have to make do. I just mostly wanted to have a small little start, you see. There's not really much I can do with this. But we all have to start somewhere, and so this is where I should start. That way, by the time I have all the stuff I need to fully commit, maybe I'll have 1 or 2 people watching for when that day arrives. Though, maybe there won't be anyone yet. Who knows? But when someone does find their time here, and they actually enjoy watching me, who knows? Maybe they'll have a bunch of random stuff to watch. I don't really know. But I see no harm in doing something, so I'd rather do something than nothing. But that's all for now. I can't really think of much else to talk, and I don't want to waste too much time. So, I'm going to do exactly what I did last year. I'm going to just wander around the house, listening to a bunch of the music of Napoleon the 14th. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I wish you all a good time. And here, have a crostini.